Hello, and welcome to a very special edition of AGT Time. This is Jay Bach along with.
Along with Cody.
Steven.
Ryan.
I'll go.
Minnesota Ryan.
And,
what are we doing here?
It's too many. It's too many people. It's too difficult.
Okay, we've got all five of us on the call here tonight. We all just watched the finale results show I guess I should say last night we watched the finale, and then there was the hour of the finale recap, and then there was another 15 minutes recapping the finale recap before we got to a lot of performances, before we got to the results. And the results gave us our winner of the season, Jessica Sanchez, first drafted overall. Minnesota Ryan walks away with the victory. Minnesota Ryan, tell us how you're feeling.
Obviously pumped, but I'll be honest, that was a lot more stressful than I wanted that to be. Going in kind of into the night, I thought, I'm like, okay, I'll have two really solid top 5 acts minimum. I didn't think it would come down to where it had to be Jessica making it into that top 4 where I would win it there. I thought I win it a little earlier than that, but I'm ecstatic. I mean, all I really wanted this season was to have the winner. Like, to win on top of having the winner is like a double benefit here. So I'm pumped. But like I said, it was my big 3. My big 3 came through.
All right. Well, Minnesota Ryan wins the draft with 23 points overall. On the other end of the spectrum, we've got our lone East Coaster, Eastern time zone, Cody. We'll get your thoughts, and I don't want to make you stay on too long here.
Yeah, it's 11:12 p.m. on the East Coast right now. I had to wait an extra 5 minutes for AGT commenter to do his diatribe on Twitter before we could get started.
I was actually logging.
So Jay is
some
hosting tonight.
statistics.
So Jay's hosting tonight. I appreciate you doing that, Jay. I'm not going to take too much time because I've got to get to bed because AGT decided to do 2 late night episodes this week, and you and I still have to do the full recap tomorrow night.
Recording tomorrow.
And so I'm just going to say congratulations, Minnesota Ryan. I want to say it was a rough go for Team Cody this season. It was rough to see Mama Duke go out first tonight. I was hoping she could at least make it a couple of times, a couple of groupings.
Okay.
But to go out first, let's just kick me in the gut a little bit one more time, and let's just put this season out of its misery. It's nice to see Jessica win. I was really hoping for Chris Turner to win this season. I was pulling for him. I did vote for him. He's the only one I gave my votes to. But it's okay to see Jessica win. Her and her baby. Miss what's her name? Miss can finally retire.
Oh, Miss Hill.
Hill.
Yeah.
She can finally retire. I'm all for that. I don't know why they want to keep her around. Let the woman go to the beach,
Stick her feet
sit
up.
on the beach, and just put her feet up and enjoy the rest of her life. But that's about all I got to say. Commenter, before I sign off, in our predictions that we made, where did the 3 of us end up?
Yes.
Okay. Let me pull it up. I think Ryan, because he had that, not that, so he got.
I got 2 of them
12.
correct. Yeah.
12. So you got 14. Ryan won. So Ryan
wins again.
Of course.
Ryan was the great predictor as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cody, you took your big swing on Chris Turner.
I took my big
instead of
swing.
Jessica
Yeah,
as
that's
the
okay.
winner.
That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. So great season, guys. I appreciate everything you all have done. I appreciate everyone that's come on and done the pods with me this season. Jay and I still have one more full recap to do. Ryan and I, we're going to do another Ryan Analytics for the finals to see how everything kind of broke down. But once again, Ryan, the YouTube rankings did it again, right?
They did it. They got the 5. They almost got the exact order.
So
All
it's
right.
incredible.
Well,
It's absolutely incredible.
Cody, I appreciate you jumping on, giving your thoughts. I don't want to belabor things too long here. Keep this a nice, tight episode. We have not yet heard from Steven. Let's let you duck in here before Cody ducks out.
Yeah. So first off, Ryan, again, congratulations on
Appreciate
your
it.
second back to or second win in a row here. I think we all kind of felt Jessica was going to win this from
Yeah.
the moment we heard it's season 20. She was here in season 1. And what a story it would have been, and it is for her. And I was thinking when we went to break, and Terry's like, "We're going to come back with the results." And I'm thinking during the commercial, if she doesn't win now, like she's not going to win a show. Like at this point, if she
Yeah.
doesn't win this right now, she's never going to win a talent competition because she was second on Idol. She potentially would have got second here. She would have lost. Like, I mean, it was getting rough there for her. She is deserving of the win. I will say, of the groupings that we had at the end. Um, I love Chris Turner. Like I told Cody last week, real dark horse. I thought he had a shot, and he really did have a shot. And like I texted you guys in the chat, it's like I can't call this because Jessica should be the winner, but also Chris could be that dark horse and get votes, and we just don't know. And obviously, we know Chris won. So, I mean, excuse me, Jessica won. So really deserving, really deserving for Jessica there and her baby. I guess they get to go to a theme park whenever she gets out of labor, I guess. But that's kind of cool. So, but good for her. Notice they didn't give the car away this time. But I mean, really cool. Happy for her. It was a less than ideal 20th season with how things went. And I'm sure we can get into all that later on, but it was good to be with you guys again for another season.
Thank you, Stephen. All right, commenter, our historian, analyst, and number cruncher. I'm sure you have thoughts, and
Yeah.
I would love to hear them.
Well,
Guys, before
but right before Cody jets,
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
before he jets, I have to give Cody his flowers, his shout out. This man is going to end up doing, I believe,
Okay.
30 episodes as a recording and 31 produced for season 20 when it's all said and done. Keep in mind, not only does he
Yeah,
not get
and
paid
still
to do such a thing, he actually pays to
two
do
more to
it.
go.
So I think the numbers
Yes.
I think the numbers we worked out for it was it'll end up being 31 total for season 20, and Cody was on 30 of them, obviously produces all of them. So as much as everybody else has done great work, we would just be saying it and then it would never be heard by anybody without Cody. So shout out to Cody. You deserve your trip to Chattanooga this weekend to get your rest. I think we all appreciate you very much.
Thanks,
Very
I appreciate
much.
that.
All right.
Me and Miss Hill are going to put our feet up this weekend.
Cody, you have a great night. I will see you
Thanks.
tomorrow.
Yep.
I will remind all our listeners, if you want to reach out to us, send us an email, give us your thoughts on this finale at AGTTimePod on Twitter or the other socials. AGTTimePod@gmail.com is a really excellent way to get a hold of us. And with that, I will hand this over to commenter to get his comments.
Yeah.
See you guys.
So
Have a good night.
See you,
See you, Cody.
Cody. You're awesome.
Didn't hate the result. I thought the vote made quite a bit of sense, and it was kind of the five. I think when we talked on Sunday, Ryan, we were like, "There's 6 acts we feel like can be in the top 5," and 5 of those 6 were in the top 5. And again, we see this live show golden buzzer. Just I think I referred to it as poison on Twitter. Like if you get it, you're just congrats. You're just going to finish 6 through 10. Like and I know it's only 2 seasons and the sample size is what it is, but you really want to have a chance
Do
to
you
get
think
voted
that's
for.
because it's less exposure? Yeah.
That's what Ryan and I and Cody had talked about, was like it's one less performance, and they've never been voted for once. Not once. And the point we made was like, I just feel like people just are going to vote for the people they've already voted for. Hey, I voted for Jessica in the quarterfinals. I'm going to vote for her in the semis. I'm going to vote for the finals. I get to the finals and there's Steve Ray Ladson. I'm like, wait a second. I don't even remember Steve Ray Ladson. I've never voted for Steve Ray Ladson. It's just not happening. And so, yeah, I think all of that is factoring in. But I look at this top 5 and I think, especially between Jessica, Lightwire, Chris Turner, and Jordan Blue, I think those 4 are 4 of your 6 or 7 best of the season. So I thought America did a good job. I would personally love to have seen Chris Turner won. I thought he was the most talented act of the season by the end of it. What he did in the live shows, it's one of the great meteoric rises from what I thought of him in auditions to what I thought of him by the finals. And I'll always remember him for that. And he's one of my favorites from this season. And I just don't think early on I put enough into like what he was doing. I think I just thought he was a gimmicky, fun rapping act. And then as he started to move it along in the live shows, I was like, well, this is really it's quite something. But no, there was no surprises tonight.
Yeah,
I don't think there was
I drafted him 34th overall, the 7th of the 9 on my team, and he ended up in second place.
Yeah.
So
For all we know, one vote short.
underestimated Chris Turner.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. And there was no surprises tonight. I really nothing shocked me. The most shocked I was in the last 24 hours was that Jessica Sanchez performed first on finale night of it. Other than that,
Yeah.
this was like the least surprising 2 days of
Why-
AGT that I can remember.
I didn't find that shocking. I know we talked about kind of the decision to have Jessica go first had nothing to do with voter count and favorite and all to do with her health. If anything, if it was up to AGT, they probably would have put her at the back end. I think they did it because they actually had to care for her health because she's 9 months pregnant.
Right. Well, how many months pregnant was she last week when she went 8th? Was she 8 months and 3
Well,
weeks pregnant? Like,
yeah.
What was different a week ago than there was yesterday? Because they didn't seem to care a week ago that she.
Well, it's
so
still-
that's why I was shocked she went first.
As you get real close to that due
Right.
date, though, it becomes more and more and more likely every time she performs. And for me, I've always talked about it's the anxiety and stress of waiting, which they didn't want her to do. Remember, she was the first result from semifinals into finals, too. Like, they made sure every time she was waiting
Yeah.
that she got her answer really quickly.
I'm with you, but why
Every
didn't
minute's a
what
minute
was-
closer.
Yeah. Why did the semifinals performance not matter that she went 8th was my only question. Because if they'd been factoring it in from the start of the live shows, they didn't seem to care last week. But that was the only, like I said, that was the only thing that surprised me. Otherwise, the 5 that were in there, I was wholeheartedly expected those 5 to be in there. We all knew who the winner was probably going to be. Everything fell how it went. And I don't think we needed Ryan, you do a great job with the stats. I don't think I needed the stats really to give me, like, it just felt like this was the group as it had gone. We always know these choirs overperform what we think they're going to do. Jessica was from the opening promo of the season was like, hey, watch out for this act. And then everybody else was a good talent. So I'm relatively pleased with the results, which was good.
Commenter, how did you feel we did on drafting?
Well, so
And I'd be
Ryan's
curious
first.
to hear Steven's thoughts on that too.
So if you look at it, Ryan's first 2 picks were in the top 5. My first pick was in the top 5, and then the other 2 were back half of the draft. Really, the back 10th of the draft, basically. Pick 34 and 36. So it was like we got it right a little bit and we got it very wrong a little bit, which is probably, ends up being, what did I say? Was it like 75% of your top 5 acts are going to come from the top 20 picks? Well, 60% of them this year did. So, it's kind of a little more than half came from inside that top 4 rounds. So, Cody did a pitiful job drafting. I know he's not here anymore, so it's kind of mean to pick on him, but to get 4 points is crazy. But yeah, no, I'll say this, and it's not to diminish Ryan's accomplishment because it's a great win. This was a very good year to have the first pick because I think we all had a pretty good sense of who the winner was going to be, or more than normal. So I think that obviously comes into play too, but very, very well deserved victory. Anytime you can have at least 2 acts in the top 5 is good. How did you feel about the draft, Jeff?
My personal draft was garbage.
Yeah.
My number 1, Boykins, 0 points. Schuler King, 0 points. Junglissimo, 0 points. Anna Serenina, 0 points. My first points came from Steve Ray Ladson, a golden buzzer. Then Alan Simonov, 0 points. Finally, something from Chris Turner. Just pitiful.
Yeah.
And somehow I pull out second place in this. And we all knew that this was a race for second place coming into the finals here. Minnesota Ryan had this all but locked up. So coming out, it's second place here. Commenter, you in third, Steven in fourth, and then Cody also ran.
Cody was here.
Almost a DNF. Almost a did not finish, but Like I'm thrilled beyond belief. Chris Turner really turned out for me. Through no fault of my own, I got second place.
Yeah. Well, so it's funny, and we can go to Steven here in a second. You, me, and Steve, commenter Jay and Steven we just all lived the same season. We each got a golden buzzer. We each got 2 acts into the semifinals. We each had 1 act get voted through to the finals, and then we each had 1 act finish in the top 5, none of them being our golden buzzers. We literally just copy and pasted our 3 seasons. The only difference was where our top 5 finishers finished. Otherwise, it was unbelievable. So, Steven, I know you walked away from the draft mostly, I think, because you accidentally picked your first pick, not feeling great about your team. But you end up, you end up in fourth, but you end up basically you ended up tied for second. It was just who ended up finishing
practically
where.
a tie.
Yeah. You have to feel a little bit better now that you beat Cody Cody. You can't even see Cody behind you. That's how far ahead of you were. So you just didn't want to be fifth, right?
Yeah, I was like, you know what? But as we got into live shows, I'm seeing a couple Macs start to go. I was like, oh crap, here we go. Am I even going to get on the board this season? So my first thoughts came in like, am I going to get a point out of anything? And then all of a sudden, I think it was the Leo High School Choir actually got through somehow. And I'm like, okay, all right, Leo High School Choir, I see you. And I'm thinking, is this like Detroit Youth Choir all over again, where they're going to be in top 2? And they obviously, we know now they made top 5. But yeah, my goal was like, okay, I'm not going to win, which I think we all knew once where I made those picks, like, okay, we got no chance here. But I was like, let me just don't get last. Let me just not get last place and I'll be happy. Lo and behold, I am 4th place, but really tied for second. And very happy with the fact that Cody's way in the dust somewhere right now. So kidding. We love you, Cody. We all love you. But
We really do.
yeah, but like, all that. So it's great. But I think this is probably my best draft I've done in a while versus from last year being last to being tied for second. And then one time I actually think I was second. So getting closer to a win. Hopefully next year's the year.
All right. Well, I will want to wrap this up. I want to keep it tight for all our listeners. Minnesota Ryan, one last opportunity for you to gloat and to feel good about it before we wrap this one up, and you can look forward to another Ryan Analytics podcast come the weekend.
Okay, so I want to start off. Yes, was this a fantastic year to have the first overall pick? Yes, I said that at the draft. That's why I wanted the number 1 pick so bad at the draft. But I want to remind everyone, okay, my team wasn't just Jessica. It wasn't like it was like Jessica just carried me all the way through. I did have other acts. I had the most acts in the semifinals. I had the most acts in the finals. I had 2 top 5 finishing acts. I also had 2 of my acts quit the show, and I had 1 less pick than you all. So when this comes to yes, I got a huge advantage, you're right. But I also got hindered heavily by this whatever curse was on my team in the middle of it to try and make it as equal as possible. So I will say, for the sake of it, I understand. I'm still accepting my victory completely. And I will be very happy to see what it's like next year coming in for a 3-peat attempt. I see commenter raising his hand, so I'm intrigued by this question.
I do feel like this is a little bit of a rebuttal of what I said, so I'd like to rebut your rebut, where I did say I in my comment that this is not a knock on your drafting. It was more of an overarching viewpoint of those 13 points you got from her were kind of written into the beginning. I could have probably just typed them in right after the draft, and you could have started up 13-0. That was it. And you drafted great. A lot of us wouldn't have drafted the amount of acts that you had go through. That wasn't the point. So I felt I wanted to defend my honor.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I will say, if Cody had the first pick, he probably wouldn't have taken Jessica. So when it comes down to it being the obvious,
choir.
So when it comes down to being an obvious pick, this is the same conversation I actually had a little bit with Jay too. We didn't pick Richard first overall last year, and we all knew he was the favorite too. You have to actually obviously make the pick for the favorite, and we all talked at the draft how her having the baby was a huge risk. So it was still a decision, and I would say it's while it was an easier decision to decide the favorite this year, there's always still risk that it might not happen. We've seen the Adrian and Hurricane years. I remember when Pucciariani had thousands of YouTube views, and she came in 3rd on the season. So it doesn't always predict the winner, but no, the thing about Jessica that I love about this year, though, I actually loved Jessica as an act. this wasn't just picking the pick that I wanted because it was statistically accurate. It was like, I actually really like her as one of my favorite acts on the season. And the only way I'm going to get her is to pick her first. So it fell right into kind of what I wanted to do anyway. And I'm really proud of my team. And I don't know if I'm going to have the same drafting luck next year or the year after that. So I've just had a blast these past 2 seasons, really getting to fall in love with some acts that I get to call mine now, which is so fun. And I can't wait to see what they do. I mean, I got to see Solange come back on the results night. It was like, I'm starting to see acts that are kind of the history of my team come back. And I'm happy because now I know that Jessica's going to probably keep coming back on the show and I get to keep celebrating her going forward. So it really has been a fun season. I am expecting a huge target on my back next year. And I am excited to embrace that because I don't think I'm the underdog anymore. I think I've earned the right to now be targeted, and I'm excited to see what that looks like next year.
I would say I had you square in my targets this year, and I
Yeah,
totally
I don't know
whiffed
what
it.
you're talking
I shot
about, man.
myself in the foot. So I, I
Will
was
say,
trying. I was trying.
Yeah.
I have told a lot of my secrets on the Ryan Analytics pod about what stats I'm using and what are great markers for acts. So there is now new information out there. It might make next season fun.
All right, I love it. Minnesota Ryan, best of congratulations to you. Commenter,
Appreciate it.
last comments before we wrap this one up.
I want to do one short activity. It's not even an activity. I have the data. I have Jessica Sanchez ranked now amongst the 20 winners, and I'm interested to see
boy.
where you guys think 1 through 20, where she falls on the list of winners by my scoring criteria, which we know is very objective.
Most objective.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard from like recency bias tells me top half. You tend to like singers, and I think that she's a quality singer as well, but I don't think that she's like S tier. So I'm gonna guess like 7.
Steven, how about you take your guess and I'll do mine after?
Okay. Well, I know she's not 20 with Leonard Skinner or with Kevin Skinner down there. We all know that. So
Leonard
let me
Skinner.
think. Leonard Skinner, Kevin Skinner, some kind of Skinner. Anyway, so I would say I agree. I know he likes to sing. It's been a long day, guys. All right. I know he likes to sing.
We've lost Steven.
I know he likes his singers. So I'm gonna say either. Oh gosh, I'm gonna say 8.
Ryan?
Okay. I was hover around 8. So I mean, Jessica is a top half worthy act. So I do think it is in that 10 or under category. We know it's not top of commoners board. So I mean, we're pretty much all guessing between that 5 to 10 range. I was gonna go 8. Steven, you took it out. For the sake of being different, I will go. I don't think it's higher than 7. I will go 9. That's my guess.
Yeah. So you're all just a tish high. I have her now ranked 11th out of the 20
Whoa.
Okay.
winners.
Wow.
I have her 1 spot behind season 5 winner Michael Grimm, and I have her 1 spot
Minnesota
ahead of
Ryan
season-
wins again.
For the record, I've talked a lot with Commoner through like text about this, so I had an advantage there.
He can't keep getting away with
Okay,
this.
all right.
And then 1 spot ahead of season 3's winner, Neely Boyd. So congrats to Jessica. She earned it. Let's sign off, get out of here. It's been a fun season. Couple pods left to wrap it up.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for all of your hard work. Thanks for joining us tonight. As always, reach out to us at agttimepod, agttimepod@gmail.com. And I will remind you all, please stay safe.